As soon as that clock starts, your ass is mine.
When I met Justin Herbert, man, that dude is big as hell.
The goal is to just keep it rolling.
But come in hype because we have a lot of things to be excited about.
All right, guys, we are back with another Bolt Insight, and we are super pumped to have Ryan Smith with us. What is going on, Ryan?
Nothing much, man. Nothing much. How you?
I'm good. Thank you so much for taking the time. First off, I want to check and see how you're doing, man. You know, you dealt with a little bit of injuries last year, the core and then the knee and all that. So how are you feeling?
I'm feeling better. The core problem is getting better. I think with the rest I've gotten. The knee, taking that day by day. So I'm doing better though. I'm doing a lot better. I think I'm ahead of the game. That's the goal. I'm trying to get back sooner than they expect me to. So yeah.
That's awesome. So like, what is the rehab like on that? Like, are you doing it every day? Like, what's that like?
Oh yeah, definitely every day. This is my first major injury. I'm not taking it lightly. I think it's not an injury where you can, just take a break off here and there and just get back to it later. So yeah, I do it every day. My first few months, actually I was going twice a day, just trying to get back quick as possible. So right now it's still, like I said, taking it day by day. I don't wish this injury on nobody, first of all.
Sure.
It sucks, but it's life, so I'm just working on getting back, and I can't wait to get back.
Yeah, we're hoping you get back soon, man. We're excited to watch you play. So, want to jump back a little bit. You were on the Buccaneers Super Bowl winning team.
Yeah.
What having a Super Bowl winner on the Chargers is awesome. Like, what can you bring from that experience to help your teammates and help your current team?
Yeah, I think what I can say mostly I took from that team that year was the togetherness everybody was playing with. I think at the beginning of the season, everybody was trying to, we already had a good team prior to adding Tom Brady, Lenny, AB, but adding those guys just made it that much more of a unit, I guess. We had like Tom Brady, we had a game manager, so he was able to control everything. We already had a great defense. Then we added depth. We added a lot of guys, Twan. And towards the end of the season, after that bye week, I feel like everybody started playing for one another. It wasn't just everybody trying to get their own. Everybody just trying to figure out everybody already know what to do, how they play, how each other play. And that just made us a better team. And after the bye week, we didn't lose another game. We kept rolling. And it was just a feeling that, how you're in a game or any situation when you're just a better team and you can be down 14 points, but there's no way you're going to lose the game. That's the type of feeling I think I can kind of bring to some of the guys on the team to just understand, like, you play for one another, you're going to be great. And then the coaches, they add on to that. Like, this is a great coaching staff. I love this coaching staff. And it's just amazing. But to answer your question, it's just the togetherness everybody played with. Yeah,
the cohesiveness. Yeah, I imagine that that's so important, especially on like special teams and all that stuff that we've definitely improved over this year. And I wanted to see what your thoughts were in terms of like, you were a free agent last year and you decided on coming to the Chargers. Like, you had that choice to make what team you wanted to go to. What was your ultimate deciding factor on becoming a Charger?
Coach Staley, he called me when he was in Hawaii, and I'm more than just a special teams player. Like, I know I can ball on defense. I proved that before. And he went back to view my film, and the question he asked me was, why weren't they playing you more on defense? And I was like, I can't really explain that. Coaches have who they want. So I just did my job. But the fact that he trusted me and believed in me, like I believe in myself, it gave me more hope that, coaches are looking at me more of just a special teams player. It's more, I can bring a lot more to the team. And I felt comfortable when he called me, and they actually owned up to their word when I got to the team. The injuries, of course, hindered me, but prior to that, man, they held up their end. I held up mine. It's just, life happens. I got hurt, and I had fun. I had fun. I really did. Even with my injury, man, it's like, it felt like a family, and it was great.
Yeah, it's fun. As a Charger fan, over 20 years of being a Charger fan, there's something different about this coach, this team. Like, this year felt so different than previous years. Like, what was the energy like for you, or what was the vibe like, being a Charger this year?
Man, it was always great vibes, man. Even like when I came to this is my first time with a new team,
Yeah.
And they welcomed me with open arms. It was smooth transition. The coaches and the players to the staff, it wasn't, nobody thought they were bigger than the next person. It was just everybody was in it together. And we were a young team. Of course, most of us were the first time together, and it was just an easy transition. There was never no negative energy in that building. Coach Staley always made sure, we were on the same page. He brought the energy. The coaches were on the same page, and they just made it very easy to talk to. They weren't like just our coaches. I can talk to them like, they were my boy, you know what I'm saying? So they made it very easy, and the vibe was always good.
My favorite thing Coach said, he is talking about the energy. He's like, we got to bring the fuck you, we're coming energy. I was like,
Yeah.
Coach, what wall do you want me to run through? I'm ready.
Man, I love that. Man, I love that. Like I told my mom and them, man, like it's part of my career. I'm like, man, I don't know if I really want to play football no more because I wasn't really having fun no more. Like I was playing, I'm good. I can get power because I'm good. But man, coming here, man, I'm not gonna lie, like it was great because like they always brought that energy. And like who doesn't want to play for a coach like that, right?
Totally.
So it was amazing. It was amazing.
That's awesome. So what are your thoughts, on our secondary? And you stepped in and played really well when you were on the field. What did you think about playing with Derwin and Davis and Asante Samuel Jr.? And it just felt like this really cool kind of dynamic secondary.
Man, it was great playing with those guys, man. Like, I think that was my first time playing on defense in a long time. And like, I was just getting my feet wet again. It felt like I was me again. You know what I'm saying? Like, it felt amazing. Like Derwin, he's a great leader. And it's crazy how young our secondary is. Like, I'm young and I'm one of the oldest in the room. And that's like, right. So, but the leadership that our young guys have is amazing. And like I said, like they welcome you with open arms. Anybody coming to that secondary, that defense, that building, is no animosity, is no hating. Everybody want the next man to be great. And you don't find that everywhere. You really don't. I hear about other teams, how their locker room is. Our locker room was great. So just playing with those guys made me feel comfortable. And that's it. I was having a ball.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. And I wanted to ask a little bit about, the special teams and the defense, like that dynamic. Like, you being a big time special teams contributor on like pretty much every team you've been on, on the Buccaneers. I was curious, is there a difference in mentality needed as like a core special teams contributor, as opposed to like mainly taking it like the defensive snaps and locking into that?
No, not really. It's just, man, go ball. Go do your thing. Whether you on special teams all day, whether you on defense all day, whether you doing both. Whenever you on the field, just go do your thing for real and have fun. Because my first time in the league, I was thinking too much. When I stopped thinking too much and just studied my playbook, I was playing free. When you play free, because that's the thing Coach Study makes sure we do is play free. And when we play free, man, we're unstoppable.
And talk about that, because everyone says like how dynamic and hard this defensive playbook is, Coach Staley's playbook. It's like everyone's like, you need to have like a degree in mathematics to understand it. But how do you do that? Like, what was your take on that? And then how can you play free from that?
I'm a visual learner, but when it comes to football, like I have to do it. Like once I get on the field, it becomes a lot easier because like, but they told you, whoever told you that was not lying. Our first Zoom meeting, I'm taking notes. I'm like, huh? I'm like, I know football, but this defense is hard. But once you get on the field and actually go through the plays, man, it's like clockwork, And he makes sure like they don't move too fast. They make sure you play to your strengths. You know what I'm saying? So. They make sure we all understand it before we run it. If the two people don't understand the defense, we're not going to run it. Like, that's how he makes sure we all on one page. So it's complicated, but he makes sure that we get it, So over time, you're going to understand it. But in the beginning, it's kind of hard.
Well, and then what do you think in terms of like, the first year, this is the first time this defense has been together and run this scheme, an extra year, having a full year going into the second year, do you think, what kind of improvement do you think we're going to have as a team?
Man, we're going to be nasty. I'm telling you, man. I'm excited. Like, I was excited for this year just because I'm a new team. I want to prove them what I can do. This year, I think they got a glimpse of what I can do. And, man, like you understand, like when people have chemistry, you can't really beat that,
Yeah.
We can have all talent in the world. When somebody got that chemistry, though, it's hard to beat them. And we got both with the coach's brains. It's going to be hard to beat us next year. It was hard to beat us this year, which is our first time. So I'm excited.
Yeah, it was fun, man. The Chargers, you were in every single game, and it was just like roller coaster being a fan. It was fun to watch.
Oh, it was. I told my friends, like, it's funny, the fans are probably like, man, that's a great game. But us as players, we're like, come on. Like, the game should not be this close.
No, for sure. And like, just like the aggressiveness of Staley, like the fourth down on offense, man. Like, what are your thoughts on that?
I love it. Even when we don't get it, I love the call. And they're like, man, we're going to ride for Coach Staley. He's going to ride for us, man. So, man, I love every decision he ever made on the field. And no decision was wrong. You know what I'm saying? So it's football. Things happen. You're not going to get every play, every snap. But, man, I don't regret or wish he did anything differently than he did this year.
Yeah, same as a fan. I'm just like, there's so many years of being a fan where I'm watching us punt on 4th and 1, like in like very close range. I'm like, I'm over this shit. I love this football. This is the football I like to watch.
Coach Staley, one of his things he would say is, we didn't come here to participate. We came here to compete, And I love that statement. I love it.
That's so good. I'm so glad he's our coach. It's just going to be so much excitement moving forward. And I wanted to ask you, like, what this off season, other than rehabilitating and getting your body back to where it needs to be, like, what are your goals going into next season?
Just keep my mental straight, not getting discouraged about, what I got going on with my knee and everything. One of my biggest things is staying positive in every aspect of life, So, of course, I'm dealing with this injury right now, but if I keep my positive mindset, I'm gonna be straight. I want to just do what I do best and just have fun out there. That's just what I want to do. And I didn't get a chance to do that all year last year. I had to watch and, keep my guys lifted and, high spirits and all that good stuff. So next year I plan on doing the same thing, but right next to them, on the field with them.
I love it. Can't wait to see that for sure. I want to see you excel and kick ass for us. So I want to get you out of here on this, Whenever we get a player on, I'm always fascinated by, what goes down on the field and like the opposing fans. What has been in your career, what has been one of the craziest experiences or things said to you by an opposing fan?
One time against the Seahawks 2 years ago, it was nothing crazy, but it was just a fan just talking trash. I was walking to the locker room at halftime before the game started. He's like, 29, hey. I'll give anybody $10 whoever knows who this is. Like, he just being
what a dick.
like nobody knew who I was. It was cute. I'm like, that was real cute. But fans is gonna be rude. It's part of the game. It doesn't faze me. But that's probably one of the meanest things a fan has said to me. Other than you suck. I mean, that's gonna happen too.
Yeah.
But he actually said it to my face though. So it was like he was up in the thing. I'm walking through.
It's like, just come on down. Get on down here. Let's talk about it.
Talk about it.
Yeah. Well, dude, Ryan, thank you so much for coming on, man. It was an absolute pleasure having you, and we are pulling for you. Hope your recovery goes well and you're back to 100% as soon as everything kicks off for next season.
Oh, I will be, and I appreciate the support and having me on here for sure.
Absolutely, man. And we'll definitely try and check in with you again if you have time.
Okay, cool.
All right, man. Thank you.
Have a good night.
You too.